Hello, everybody. Welcome to the webinar, Small Business Guide to Internet Marketing. We still have a few people joining us, so we're going to wait just a minute or two longer for everyone to get settled in, and then we'll begin the presentation. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get going. The webinar today is the Small Business Guide to Internet Marketing, what you need to know to protect your network, your employees, and your business from web-based threats. Just so y'all are aware, I won't be taking any questions during the actual presentation, just so I can make sure to stay on topic and within the time constraints so everyone is able to get back to their day as soon as possible. But there is a place you're able to type in questions, and I certainly encourage you to do those, to chat those in throughout the presentation. If I have time at the end, I will make sure to get all of those addressed. If I don't, I'll make sure that we get back to you individually after the presentation to get those addressed for you. And just so you guys know as well, we will be sending out a recording of the webinar, so no need to take really detailed notes or any transcript of the presentation. Alrighty, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the Small Business Guide to Internet Security. Internet security has become a serious issue for anyone that connects to the internet, which this day and age is pretty much everyone. Even if you don't think that you have anything worth protecting on your computer, it's still extremely important that you keep it locked down. Internet security's main objective is to establish rules and measures to use against attacks over the internet. The internet represents a rather insecure channel for exchanging information, which leads to a high risk of intrusion or fraud, such as phishing. Different methods have been used to protect the transfer of data, like encryption. Encrypting your files makes it infinitely harder for a virtual attacker to reach your data, so definitely a good measure to take to make sure that you are that all of your data is secure. There's actually an estimated 1.1 billion internet users worldwide. Really, with that many people on the web, it's just absolutely imperative to know what security threats your computer may be vulnerable to while using, while on the web. For the first quarter of 2011, McAfee Labs recorded an average of 8,600 new bad sites per day. So, what exactly qualifies a site as being bad? Bad sites are defined as domains, IP addresses, or URLs that host malware, potentially unwanted programs or phishing scams that are aimed to gather people's personal information and use it for a malicious intent. So what? 8,600 new bad sites a day is an alarming number and a huge indicator that internet security is, not something that you should be taking lightly. Panda Security reports that about 90% of all corporate email is spam, with an additional 1.1% containing actual malware, which is, stuff that can be completely harmful or detrimental to your personal computer or to your entire network. Scam Busters released a report indicating that $100 to $200 million are lost to spammers every year. And the countries that are hosting the most phishing sites in 2008 were the USA, leading with 37%, Russia 11%, and then China with 10%. So really, if you are a small business in the United States, that is where they are aiming, and it's definitely important to make sure that you're taking those measures to protect your network and your employees' information. The stakes really are high. Here's just a list of, a few things that can happen as a result of malware, phishing, or another security breach. First off, you could lose all of your contacts, which absolutely could be detrimental if you lose your business contacts, especially if you're a small business. A list is extremely valuable and something that should be held with high regard and absolutely protected and backed up. I couldn't imagine what the price would be to pay if you lost all of your contacts and all of your clients' billing information and prospects information, so your sales team wasn't able to reach out to them. So definitely, if you lose all your contacts, that's huge. You want to make sure that you're keeping those protected. Next, you could lose all of your past saved email messages. You could lose the ability to send and receive email, which really could be a big hardship if your clients or potential customers are trying to contact you via email and they don't get a response, or even worse, get an undeliverable message saying your email address doesn't exist. That's definitely a really quick way to lose trust with prospects and lose your reputation with your clients. Also, you could potentially get your contacts list hijacked and then have it used to send spam or malware to. This is a surefire way to lose credibility and trust with prospects, and especially your clients, and get them to leave. If they don't think that their information is safe with you, they're going to go elsewhere, and they're not going to be comfortable submitting, more information for you or signing up with for more services. You could lose internet access, which would make it incredibly hard, obviously, to respond to any emails or posts on your business social media pages. So you could lose momentum with your online marketing strategy. And then last but certainly not least, you could lose your ability to process credit card payments, which absolutely would have adverse effects on your sales numbers, and you could certainly lose some business. If people aren't able to easily make a purchase, they're either going to go elsewhere or they're going to lose interest in making that purchase altogether. Now, let's discuss some of the top benefits of internet security. Starting with network and application security, not having to constantly think about your network and applications being secure is a huge weight lifted, and it allows time to focus on other things such as generating more revenue to drive your business forward. Another benefit is being in compliance with industry and government regulations. There are a certain set of standards and regulations everyone must hold up to. For larger corporations, data security is certainly not an option. There's actually set laws that they need to follow to make sure that their clients' information, prospects' information, any information that they're gathered is completely safe and secure on their site and in their network. Another is secure access to the tools and application your business needs. You won't need to worry if someone will or has gained access to your applications and important information, which could be detrimental to your business. You'll be able to rest assured knowing that all of your information is secured and backed up, and you'll be able to focus your efforts elsewhere. You'll improve productivity by ensuring network uptime. When you're running on a secure network, the lag time decreases and allows you and your employees to work at a faster pace, increasing productivity and then decreasing the amount of time spent waiting for things to process. Fast recovery quickly from security breaches. When you have security at the forefront of your online operations, it's much easier to tell when there's a security breach, which means you're able to act faster and make sure that no important data was lost or, even worse, stolen, and you're able to remedy to the situation just much faster when you have that, in the forefront of your mind. And last but not least, you reduce the risk of litigation and liability from data loss or security breaches. As I mentioned before, there are some privacy laws and there are regulations and standards that corporations must meet. And if you don't have a secure network and one of your clients' information or prospects' information happens to get stolen and is used for malicious intentions, then you could potentially be held liable and responsible for the damages, and maybe even end up in in court to have to rectify the situation with that prospect or client. Gartner is a leading information technology research and advisory that instructs IT leaders in government agencies, high-tech and telecom enterprises, and professional services firms, as well as technology investors. A really, really great company. And this is a quote from them. Many organizations don't have the tools and in-house expertise to detect these threats, so attacks and security breaches go unnoticed. Due to the growth in internet use, the number of computer security breaches experienced by businesses has increased rapidly in recent years. At one time, 80% of security breaches came from inside the company. But this situation has completely changed as businesses, both smaller and larger, have connected to the internet, making their computer networks more vulnerable to access from outside troublemakers or, even industry spies. To make matters worse, as Vince Emery noted in How to Grow Your Business on the Internet, great book that I definitely recommend everybody getting into if you are interested in growing your business on the internet. But quote from him, 97% of companies that experience breaches in computer security do not even know it. When business owners do become aware of problems, furthermore, Emery estimated that only 15% report the security breach to authorities. So it's really important just to make sure that you are aware if there is going to be a security breach and that, you have things set up that you're able to react quickly and make sure that nothing was lost or stolen. If internet security was extremely easy to implement, then most businesses would definitely have their bases covered already. Managing internet security in-house is a challenge for many businesses, especially, smaller businesses. It's expensive, it draws energy away from core business functions, and is not exactly